In this video, we're going to be talking about how to get started in real estate investment. This is something that's very difficult if you've never invested in real estate, and I know a lot of you that are watching want to invest in real estate because you've heard me talk about it a lot, and you know that I've made millions of dollars from investing in real estate, and I have, passive income that I generate each month from it. But you're probably intimidated, if you're like most people, with getting started. In this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you exactly how to get started with real estate investment, the very first steps that you need to take, first things you need to consider. I'm going to show you a tool that you can use to help you get started, and I'm going to give you an opportunity to join me in a live training, a free live training where you'll learn how to actually get started, how to find a property, how to identify a property, find a good deal, and you'll see me actually make a deal or start to make a deal on a property. So I'm going to purchase a property and show you exactly this whole process from start to finish. I'm John from BulldogMindset.com. On this channel, I teach you how to be a man. I teach you how to build financial independence. I teach you how to build the physique you want, how to get the girls that you want, and how to go from the victim mindset to the bulldog mindset. If that sounds like something you are interested in, make sure you click that subscribe button and join us on the journey. Also, the bell notification, if you click that, I'm right now doing a giveaway where pretty much every week I'm giving away a free membership to people who are part of the notification squad. How much money do you need to invest in real estate realistically? I have some numbers that I would say are where I recommend people start investing, but really the absolute answer is you don't even have to have hardly any money at all. If you're willing to do the work, and I'm going to show you a tool here in a second, you can get started investing with really no money. This isn't one of those no money down scam things. I'm not selling you anything. What I'm saying is that it's possible to find deals that are in pre-foreclosure or that are in foreclosure, or to arrange deals if you're willing to do the legwork, knock on doors, send out postcards and whatnot, and to buy a deal that's so much under market value that you can come in and either get money from an investor or have the seller even partially finance the deal for you. There's a lot of creative ways that you could do that, and you can find properties that you might be able to buy and then flip and make some money on that and get an investor to temporarily come in and help you do that where you don't need to have money to get started. In general though, in order to really invest for the long term, to buy and hold, which is really the investing of real estate, right? What I would suggest, is having enough money to put 20% down on an investment property, at least 20%, sometimes 25%, but let's say 20%. You might think, I need a lot of money to do this, but you'd be wrong, right? Because you can invest in single family houses that are maybe out of your state, that are in some lower cost areas, like, some properties in Indiana or Arkansas, or one of the places where the income is not necessarily so high. And you might be able to find a property, a house, for about $100,000, And if you have the right tools to find some of these properties that are off market, that haven't been listed by the MLS, you could even find something cheaper. The average house might be $150,000 to $200,000. So what does that mean? That means that realistically, to invest in real estate, you need to have somewhere between $10,000 to $40,000 saved up to invest. If you really want to get going and you don't have that, again, like I said, I'm going to show you a tool that you can use to find some of these off-market deals, to find things like tax liens and other ways to do this. There's a lot of systems that people have developed that do work for doing that. Now, for me, I'm primarily buy and hold, and that's what I'm going to teach you. And so in that case, you want to have enough for 20% down, right? So $100,000 house, you need $20,000. $200,000 house, you need $40,000. Could be a single family, could be a duplex, triplex, fourplex, any of those things, a condo. It doesn't really matter for the purpose of getting started in investing. So you need to have that amount of money. If you're saying, John, I don't have $10,000, and I don't know how I'm going to come up with it. I'm honestly working a low paying job, or then my answer is take some of that money, whatever you can save, invest it in yourself, buy some education, and improve your living. If you are at the point where you do have that money and you can invest in real estate, or you want to go the kind of looking for special kind of deals where you don't need as much money route, then the next step is to find a property and to find a geographic area where you're going to invest. In order to do this, it helps to have some tools. What I've told people in the past, and if you're one of my coaching clients, you know this, and this is probably a surprise to you watching this video, but I'm going to tell you about this as well, which is in the past, what I've told my clients is that go and find a geographic area, and you can kind of search around on forums like Bigger Pockets, or you can just kind of search where are the best places to invest, right? You can just type that into Google right now, and you're looking for places that have high cash flow, where are good high cash flow places to invest. And then what you do is you go and you start contacting agents in some of those cities or some of those markets, okay? And you ask them, you tell them, I'm a real estate investor. This is what I'm looking for. I have, this much money for down payment. I'm looking at properties between $100,000 and $200,000 or maybe $400,000, whatever your price point is. And you ask them to put you on an email listing where they will send you new listings and listings that match your criteria every single day. And you basically look at those and you calculate the financials on those. Recently, though, I was contacted by a company, as I often am, about their software to help find real estate deals. And at first I was like, I don't know about this. Like, I thought, okay, well, you give me an account, I'll check it out. But wow, I've been using this software actually for a while now. And I'm at the point now where I'm ready to recommend this. In fact, we'll talk a little bit more about, if you want to skip to seeing me actually use this and actually showing you how to invest, I will tell you that there's a webinar link that you can sign up for down below. And, I'm going to go over this, and it's going to be like an hour-long webinar. We're going to go into detail on exactly. You're going to watch me buy a property, essentially, using this software. There's a lot of people making videos on YouTube that are talking about doing real estate investment, but there's not very many people that are actually showing you it and not bullshitting you. So that's what I'm going to be doing. There'll also be a link probably in the cards, but the link in the description is a sure way to go. Anyway, what I want to show you real quickly is the software, and then we're going to wrap up, and I'm going to kind of give you the next steps here. But this is the critical first step. This is how you get started in real estate investment. Is one, you determine the savings that you need in order to invest, because you got to have that money. And then number two, you start looking at properties and familiarizing yourself and trying to get a deal. If you want to check this out yourself, I think they have like a 7-day free trial. I've got a special link here to get you a special deal on it. Just click in the description below. But the software is called PropStream. What you can do with the software, and I'm just going to give you a brief example here so that you have a way to get started, right? Because you've got to find some areas to be able to invest in. So what you can do with this is you can analyze properties. You can see all the properties on the MLS. You can see properties that aren't on the MLS that might have a tax lien, that are vacant, that are high equity, and you can get all kinds of information from these properties. So this is like awesome for getting deals. And you can also even send out postcards to people to, the We Buy Houses thing that you've probably seen before, where you can make them offers and you can find out the contact information for owners so that you can get properties that aren't even on the market yet. And that's a really good way to make money, especially if you don't have a lot of money and you're trying to really get started with real estate investment. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to type in a zip code in Kansas City. And this is one of my favorite areas to invest. I have a lot of property in Kansas City. I like the city. I feel like it's a good cash flow market, and it's got a lot going for it. I bought some commercial property in Kansas City, and the downtown there is just being revitalized. It's a really, really good place. And you could type some zip codes, right? You could type some zip codes into here. There's a few different search options, so I'm not going to go over everything in this tool. I just want to give you kind of just a quick glance at this. So you can see I typed in the zip code here, and it shows me, I can click here and see the MLS listings. So there's 81 MLS listings, right? So this is kind of the first step, right? Is you want to familiarize yourself with the market, right? And maybe you could check out a few different zip codes, right? You've got a list of things you want to see, okay, where is there some good deals? So I might look at some of these properties, and I can see kind of what the prices are, right? How many square feet, right? What kind of deals there might be here. So I could look at a property like this one, right? Let's say, actually, let's look at something that looks like it might be a decent deal. That's on the MLS. Like even this first one here, right? $160,000 listing price. Okay. The value is only estimated $139,000. Okay. So it might be listed a little bit high here, right? But I can go and I can look at comparables here, right? There's a lot of detail here. I can see what the mortgage is on this property. So there's a mortgage here for $63,000. So I know that this seller would potentially negotiate because they're already making money on the deal. They're not below on this, right? So there's about $76,000 of equity. And it's even figured out what the monthly rent estimate is on this, right? And so if the monthly rent is $1,366, and this property is listed for, what is it, $160,000, I think it was. I can kind of figure out what the actual value is and what kind of offer I can make on this property, right? I've got all the tax records here. So this is like super good details, right? These are the high level property details. Now I can look at the MLS details to see, okay, yeah, it's listed for 160, right? But I wouldn't want to make an offer at 160. I want to get close to like a 1% rule is what I'm looking at. So I can see what they've done too, right? They adjusted the price. Look at this price is going down and down and down. Look how many days in the market. So this is a good one. Actually, I could put an offer on. In fact, maybe I should for, maybe like 130, 135. And, maybe I get the property for 140. Okay. I can look at the comparables to see what properties, so I can get kind of an idea here of what the price is, and I could use this to basically negotiate the deal. The tax information, so I can see exactly what it costs, and then this mortgage history here, which is super valuable. They have different documents here, and then what you can do with this is really cool. Is you can do an analysis, and so I can go in here and I can say this investment property, and let's say I purchased this for $145,000. Okay, and maybe I've got to put 5K of improvements in it. I have no idea at this point because I haven't really looked at the property, but I'm just putting some estimates in here, right? And then it kind of gives me a default here of what I'm going to pay out of pocket, my monthly expenses, monthly income, and then my total return on the property based on, and this is the cap rate, 9.63%, 1 year return, $8,696. Okay. And I can go in here and I can put in like mortgage information, right? To figure out, I think it's automatically calculating this right now. And I can put in the details here, right? And whatever expenses that they're going to be on the property. Okay, things like management fees and all that stuff. I'm not going to do that right now, but just to show you guys what you can do with this. And then you can take a look at this and you can see what the analysis is. Now, this isn't going to be super complete because I don't have all the details in there, but you can see exactly, what it's going to cost, like the total closing costs are going to be, and then the improvements, if you did some improvements there, and then this income analysis, which is really cool because you can see exactly what you're making on the property, what the cash flow is likely to be. And again, I didn't fill out all of these things, so you're not going to see the actual real income on there. It's only showing $201 of operating expenses, right? There's going to be a mortgage payment, there's going to be management fees, all this stuff that you'd fill in here, and then it would give you the actual cash flow, so you can analyze these deals. And I know some of this might seem a little complicated to you guys right now, but trust me, you take this one step at a time. It's not that hard. These are some tools that you can use to, I did this stuff with Excel spreadsheets. In fact, I wrote .NET programs back in the day to pull in data from the MLS and analyze these deals. But, you've got this tool here that is able to do it for you. So again, what I'm trying to show you here is that what you want to be able to do is to look at these deals, right? And analyze the deals. And you want to spend some time doing this before you make a move, right? If I look at this deal and I put the real numbers in here using this calculator, and I look at another deal here and I do the same thing, okay? And then maybe I say, okay, well, let's see, what about a property in foreclosure? I could contact this owner who's in foreclosure. In fact, I can get the information on who owns this, right? So I can actually send out a postcard, or I can even call them or email them and try to make an offer on this, right? If I know what numbers work, right? The estimated value is 421. I could perhaps buy this for way under, okay? I could look at cash buyers, right? I could look at liens. So properties that have liens on them, like tax liens, right? So let's take, look at a property that's got a tax lien. Okay, it's got a tax lien for $47,000. The estimated value is $217. There's $137,000 equity in there. So potentially, right, I could make some money on this deal if I made an offer to the owner and said, I'll buy the property and I'll pay off the tax lien so you can be free and clear. And I'll give you, the money to that a little bit of equity, a little bit of money from this. So you can walk away from this deal and I'll pay off your mortgage and I'll give you 10 grand to put in your pocket as well. Because they have this equity in the property, but they can't reach it. They can't tap into it because they can't pay off the tax lien. So they're in a crunch. So this is a good way to buy a property. What you need to do is to start to be able to find deals. That's the next step, okay? And this is one of the most overwhelming things. Up until then, what I've been recommending people to do is to go to the MLS or to basically get an agent and have them send listings every day, which works, and it will get you familiar with the property, but it's a little bit harder to do, right? Where if you have a tool like this, and that's why I'm excited about this, I'm using this for my own deals now. You can find the properties, you can find all this information, and you can have it accessible to yourself. You can find out the information that you need so that you can start to understand what is a good deal or not. To get started, you need to be able to identify what is a good deal or not, and to run the numbers and calculate what will cash flow. Okay, we're looking for properties that will basically break even or cash flow a little bit after we have a mortgage on it and we have all the expenses on it. I talk to so many people, I work with so many people that want to do real estate investment, but they never actually get started. So I want to take your hand right now and I want to help you do it. So, this is my way of doing it. Sign up for the webinar and I will show you. All right, guys, that's it. I'll talk to you next time. Take care.